Yeah, Joseph.
I think Joe's boom was a little early.
Joseph's boom was a little early. You got just too excited, man.
I was excited.
Don't get too excited, Joe. Hey, guys, we're back. MTG Podcast, explosion, boom, movie, TV, and game, explosion. It's not our theme. That's not our,
Except our
slogan or whatever it is.
Our Google Doc is currently has nothing on it, so we'll just be blabbing about for
the last
like 50 minutes.
We did that last week, and it was like the shortest podcast we've ever had. It was like 45 minutes.
We're not good off the cuff, I think is the lesson.
Or we are good off the cuff, and maybe our podcast should be shorter. No, we're not good off the cuff. We just ran out of crap this day.
You just killed every listener's eardrums with that smack of your microphone. Backhand to their ears.
Joseph, hey, we're professionals.
Sorry.
So we would never backhand a mic.
Never would I do that.
I protect all mics.
We were not showing each other our shirtless bodies before
Absolutely not.
Podcast is something we know we would never do.
We've never talked about something like that.
Don't worry, I took pictures and we'll be posting them on the Twitter account later. So
screenshots coming soon.
At MTG Pod on Twitter. Check it out. All right, let's talk about what we've been watching / playing. We need to get into it because I was sick. And
as a dog.
And so being sick means what I've been watching / playing it increases.
The list is so long. It's good. You should go first then. It's long because my list is not very long.
I'm gonna try to snap through it as much as I can, and I'm gonna try to remember as much as I can. I'll talk about.
Wait, real quickly. How many days were you sick? So everyone kind of gets a feeling for how ridiculous this list is.
I would say only like 4 days where I was like,
That's a long time.
It's 4 days
out of like work, like
a lot of days.
No, I didn't. I was not out of work, but like when I went home, I just didn't do anything, and so yeah, I don't know. So, anyways,
other than watching and playing things.
Yeah. So here's what happened. I'll start chronologically through my sickness, and so I've been watching Daredevil. Finished.
Yeah.
Daredevil. Been almost a year. The new season of Daredevil comes out
next
month.
Is it this month?
March.
It is March.
And here we are. And let me tell you, I loved it so much. I thought it was amazing. I was so happy. Nice. I was just like,
oh, nice.
Not just like, am I impressed with the show? I think it's like one of the best superhero things we have.
Didn't I say that? Did I not say
I feel like Luke and I both told you that.
It's very true.
We did a year in review, Joe, without you, and we talked a lot about that. And I was talking about how much I like Daredevil and how much I like Jessica Jones and how they were really close.
It's one of the best.
Finished Jessica Jones, and that was the one that won.
I am
so get ready
into Jessica Jones. Hold on, I'll get there.
I hope you like it as much as I do.
I'll get there. But no, Daredevil, freaking amazing. The villain, incredible.
Glad you liked it.
Hero, incredible. Loved all the actors. The action is probably some of the best choreography we have in a superhero anything. I can't wait for season 2. Oh my gosh,
I agree.
I could do an entire episode just praising the crap out of Daredevil.
Let's do it now.
Let's do it right now. Here we go.
That's a terrible idea.
All right. Secondly, after you know what's funny? Because I was like sick. I was like thinking I was gonna throw up. I was like watching this really tense scene with a bag in front of my face. I was like, Amber, if I start throwing up, pause it. It was a really tense scene. It was like the last. Disgusting. I don't know if you're gonna remember what happened, but for anyone who does, it was the last scene of the second to last episode. It was like the one before the last episode. There was a character death, and I was like,
"It's pretty intense."
Oh God.
If I throw up,
you can make me want to puke just thinking about it. I can't handle thinking about puke. I hate puke so much.
All right, enough of the puke then. But finished it. Mwah, incredible. Ugh. So right after we finished Daredevil, I also on the way over to Amber's house, which I went and I realized how sick I was, and I was like, I probably should have stayed home. I picked up on Redbox a little movie I like to call Goosebumps.
Have you seen it yet?
Yeah, I watched it. We watched it that very night.
And that was just like the first time you'd seen it? I thought you saw it in theaters.
No, I wanted to see it. I never got around to it. There was too much other stuff. But you know what? To be honest, it was pretty good. It wasn't like, to be honest, it wasn't anything special. It was good though. I mean, if seeing it, I wouldn't feel like most people would be like, "This is horrible." Like, it was a fun time. It was a great movie for kids, you know. And and for me watching it, I was like, this is fine. The best parts about the movie were just when the characters were interacting, because I actually liked the cast, which was weird. I liked the writing of the movie, and when all the monster shenanigans were going on, that's when I was like, all right, this is, the same old stuff. They're gonna get out of it by the skin of their teeth. There's no real danger because it's very much a family movie, so no one's really going to get hurt or killed or anything like that. So there's not much tension in it, but everything else, like the character interaction, was great. So yeah, I recommend to watch, like Redbox. That's how you want to watch the movie.
Cool.
Yeah, cool. Yeah,
Did you read the books growing up? Or?
I read some of the books growing up. Even more than the books, the TV show was a big part of my life when I was a kid. I liked Goosebumps. I liked Are You Afraid of the Dark? All that stuff was like my introduction into anything horror. I liked it when I was a kid, but I kept waiting on the theme song to come in. Beetlejuice, yeah. I keep waiting for the theme song to happen in the movie, like Jack Black to like walk away with like the briefcase and the dun 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 dun, but it never happened. So next up, I'm going in order. Next day, I'm sick. I don't go to church. I'm worthless. I know. I'm on the couch, and I watch Legends of Tomorrow. First 2 episodes. Man, that show was a lot of fun. Like, I think it takes all the flim-flam that goes, I don't know if that's a word, all the kind of like wasting time that goes on with Flash and Arrow, and kind of just removes it, and it's just like the fun superhero stuff that you like. And so, have you watched it, Joe?
No, because I'm technically a season behind in Arrow and Flash, and I wasn't sure if it would ruin them for me. Do you think it'll ruin them for me?
I mean, not really. I mean, there's some plot points that you might be wondering where Hot Girl and Hot Guy, Hawkman come from, but they kind of
hot girl
and hot guy, no Hawk, but they explain it in the show anyways. So
okay, so I could just jump in.
I think you could jump in. And
how many episodes did it? 8? Did they do 8 or less than that?
I think they're doing 8 or something like that. They're on like episode 3 airs tonight, so you have time. So after
it's on
that,
demand right now, so I can watch it for free or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And so, really quickly, after that, I had a marathon of a video game. I played Fallout 4 for so long. I love that game so much. A little update for you, Luke. Me and Piper, we're a thing now.
Oh. Yeah. So the other day I turned on Fallout, and as soon as I start the game up, she just starts shooting me. And I cannot get her to stop shooting
What
me.
have you done?
I went to a different like base to get away from her. She appeared there. And I was at my sanctuary, like my main area. She put on the suit, the freaking power armor, and then was going after me. Like I could kill her
What's
easily.
Your problem?
But when you kill your partner, they like go down, and then she comes up, immediately shooting again.
Oh my god! What did you do?
I don't know. It just finally stopped for some reason. It stopped.
Played games with her heart, man. You broke it.
Probably. She's in love with me.
I guess I shot her at some point by accident or something.
I'm pretty
that's
sure
where
I've
it begins.
done that.
Driving
that's
me
where
crazy.
it begins.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm pretty sure I've done that. She's like Mal from Inception, who just shows up to derail your game.
She's a she-devil.
And lastly, I have more than started Jessica Jones. I am on episode 8.
You're almost done.
I'm getting there, man. I really like Jessica Jones
13,
a lot.
13, I think.
Yeah, 13. So I'm getting there. I'll be done before Daredevil starts in March.
Jessica Jones was good. I liked it. It was a little dark. It was a little too dark for me. I didn't like. It had some really dark subject matter in it that I was like, oh man, this is just brutal. Yeah. But it's still cool. It's a pretty cool show. I really like Luke Cage. This isn't spoiling anything because I think everybody knows that he's in it. Like he's cast perfectly, and I really like the character of Luke Cage. I'm pretty excited. Is he getting a standalone before the Defenders, or is he only coming back for like Jessica Jones and the Defenders?
He's getting a standalone.
He is? Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that was the plan. The plan originally was to have Daredevil, Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, and Iron Fist. But now they're kind of like on the fence with Iron Fist. So now they're kind of looking into a Punisher series, which I'm interested to see it. Like, first off, how this Punisher is going to be. Oh, there you go. It's fixed. How this new Punisher is going to be. But anyways, I don't know. But my thoughts on Jessica Jones, it's I'm really enjoying it. For some reason with Jessica Jones, like when it came to Daredevil, like it took me so long to get through Daredevil. I don't know why. I really don't know why, but for some reason, because I love it so much. And every time I watched an episode, I was like, this is insane. But with Jessica Jones, for some reason, it's really leaving me hanging a lot to where I'm like, I gotta watch the next episode. I gotta watch the next episode, because like the through line
it took me forever to get through Jessica Jones.
Well,
yeah, really. It's because I'm like,
I think because I just didn't have as much time as I did when I watched Daredevil. I guess.
And then maybe that's
Daredevil only like picks up towards the end. Like the beginning, it is great, but in the last like 5 or 6 episodes are pretty intense.
Yeah, there is a slope where you're just like, we're just going for the ride here, and I can't stop now. And with Jessica Jones, I feel like that happens a little earlier. You're like, what in the world is Kilgrave doing? Like that's because like you just don't know. And so like.
I told you I can completely understand if people don't like it as much as me, but there's just something about it. By the end of it, I was like, oh, I love that so much. It was my favorite new show, new season. We lumped. Just to let you know, Joe, like we did a thing where it was whatever we watched or saw for that year. We just picked our favorites, and it was my favorite like new thing, like even existing shows, The Walking Dead included, like all that. It was my favorite thing, and Daredevil was close to as good as for me, but there was just something about it. I don't know.
And by the way,
loving it.
Retracting that completely. Walking Dead, love it so much. Daredevil's my new favorite TV show. If they keep this up, that will be the same that way for a long time. Favorite TV show right now. But yeah, I mean, Jessica Jones, I really, really like it. I don't know if I like it as much as Daredevil, but we'll see by the end. By the end, I might, but it kind of depends on how it wraps up. That's kind of how the nature of it, because with Daredevil, you see like one thing and how it's like, this episode's so good. Oh my God, the fight. And so like after that episode, you're like, but it's kind of like dealing with how is the story going to wrap up? And like, how will I feel about it then? That's kind of
wraps up well.
Right, great. I'm looking forward to it. I love the characters. I love Jessica Jones and how like her outlook on her being as like having powers is. She's like, I'm not really flaunting it, but it's not really a secret. That's really interesting. I don't really see that very often.
You can really understand her frustration.
Yeah, it's great, really good character. All those characters are actually really interesting for the most part. I think that's really it. I'm probably missing something because I watched a lot. But anyways, that was like an entire episode. Now go, Joe, with your one thing.
Well, I haven't been I haven't been on the show for a while, so I really don't remember what the last thing I was watching / playing was.
So long ago.
Yeah.
Sometime
it's probably been a month. I think it's December was the last time I was out on like a regular show, so it's been it's like almost 2 months.
Welcome to 2016, Joe.
But I did, but I did finish Into the Badlands, which I really liked a lot. I don't know. It only had mid-season? What?
Was that mid-season finale?
No, that was it. There's only like 6 or 7 episodes for the first season.
Wow.
Oh, AMC does that though. So
yeah, for its inaugural season. I don't know if it's going to get picked up, but I thought it was a pretty cool story, like post-apocalyptic. It had like a bunch of sword play and a bunch of ninja-like stuff. It's really cool. I highly suggest watching it because the choreography is good in it, and I think the story is not bad. It's weird, very weird, but it's pretty cool. I like it. Another show that I've watched a little bit with Corey that I haven't really talked about much on the show, this show before. It's a new show. It's called The Grinder with Rob Lowe and Fred Savage. Have you guys watched that yet?
No, I haven't even. I've heard of it, but I have not watched it at all. No,
it's like it's pretty ridiculous and funny. Rob Lowe has he has a very unique sense of humor, and him and Fred Savage actually work well with one another. And I highly suggest watching it. It's basically like, if you don't know the premise, it's about a real lawyer who's Fred Savage, whose brother plays a TV lawyer who's called The Grinder on TV, and he's like this, like it's like the #1 TV show. Everybody wants to be him and meet him, and every episode starts with like a scene from the show, and it always has the most like sexual innuendo in it because it's talking about grinding, and like it's so hilarious. It's so hilarious. Like the first 5 minutes of the episode, I can't stop laughing. I just continually laugh because it's just so ridiculous. So check it out. I think it's is it Fox? I think it's a Fox show.
Yeah, I think so.
which a lot of them get canned pretty early, but this one's kind of
Oh, yeah.
stayed around. So I would definitely check it out. Another show I've watched most of the first season because it's been on TV, but Limitless. It's got Bradley Cooper popping up every once in a while. It's pretty cool. It has a lot of pop culture references in it, like with how his mind works. It's actually pretty cool. Like, did you guys like the movie Limitless?
I saw one episode of Limitless.
Yeah, I would watch it. It's pretty cool. I don't mind like the way it's filmed and stuff. It's I think it's not bad.
The one where he gets kidnapped.
Yeah,
that episode. That's the
but it goes through like he's a genius because he takes that pill or whatever. But it breaks down how his thoughts are and how he thinks through situations, and it does it really in like this cool way. It's interesting.
I think that's a good premise to build a show on. To be honest, I mean, I had my I was like kind of trepidatious about it before, but like that's interesting. Like I feel like there's a lot you can do with that.
Yeah, and I think the writers do a pretty good job. So, and the last show that I've kind of watched a little bit of, like it's on Netflix. I've kind of watched a couple episodes with Corey. The 100. Have you guys watched the 100?
No, I keep seeing it on my Netflix, and I'm like, what's that?
Okay, this is what it is. It's,
all right, go for it.
It's the Hunger Games. Okay, the Hunger Games meets Lost. Okay,
what?
With Prison Break. So it has like this intense like episode building on episode, and every episode almost is like some kind of like ridiculous cliffhanger or some kind of new revelation. So you have like a bunch of the characters are these strong female characters, so that's why Hunger Games kind of comes to mind. It has that kind of like, kill or be killed mentality in the show. But then it mixed it with like Lost, where there's like this uncertainty of where they are, like what is the island, like where are we? And so that's like the 100. That's like the whole episode is like, where are we? What's going on? And then Prison Break, only because it's the last show that I remember. Like, okay, I have to watch 22 episodes in a row, or else I am going to kill myself because it's so intense.
Oh, good old Prison Break.
But anyways, I've only watched like a few episodes, but I just don't have time to watch that much. But I would definitely suggest checking it out. It's pretty intense for a CW show, and I think they're in season 3. And I want to say that every season's been 100 on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's getting some pretty high accolades. What? And I think it's pretty cool. I would definitely check it out if you guys have any
super popular. Time. I think I've heard other people talk about it.
Yeah, it's cool. It's got a lot of cool premises. It kind of reminds me of like how Arrow made me feel. In season 2.
That's the right correct one to think about. Yes,
season 2 was a really good season. So,
yeah.
So other than that, I'm pretty much my nephew and I downloaded a free game on my phone.
A game?
Yeah. It's
Angry
called,
Birds?
No, it's a Star Wars game called Galaxy of Heroes. Have you guys played it?
No.
It's like a pretty cool game. I have to say, I have to admit, like it's pretty cool. And so I've been playing it, and it's like you have daily things that you do. If you log in every day, you get like credits or whatever, and you like build up an ultimate team of heroes that are both evil or light side and dark side, and then you take on other people, and you take on like there's levels and stuff. It's a pretty cool game. I check it out. I think it's Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It's by EA. It's by EA. Yeah.
EA Sports.
I almost said sports, but I didn't.
Yeah. Not quite a sports game.
No.
Yeah, I wish mobile games clicked more for me. It's just one of those things where even like good ones, I'm like, this is a good game. And I'll play it that once, and I'll just like not play it again. It's just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Since we're talking about mobile games, there's this game 1010 that me and Bethany have played for a long time, a little puzzle game that's so much fun. And that company came out with a new game called Merged, and I've been playing the crap out of that game. Every time I'm like laying in bed or something, I'm playing Merged. So check it out.
Full volume while Bethany's
it's a good puzzle game, and it's free. 1010 is also a really good game if you haven't played that.
Yeah. Luke,
I'm a puzzler.
What else have you been watching / playing?
I am officially playing Witcher 3 finally.
Oh.
I finally cracked the plastic off that baby and put it in and proceeded to die at least 35 times.
Yeah, okay.
I've died so many times. I don't know if I'm just like you have a choice at the beginning, as you have in many games, and I think I chose a little poorly. You've played the game. In the beginning, you have a difficulty choice. I remember what's that? Not Doom. Oh gosh, they always talk about it on Podcast Unlocked.
I chose the one that like wasn't the easiest one. Oh.
No,
that's the name of the name of the
no. In Wolfenstein, at the beginning of the game, you have a choice, and it's like his face gets like more angry and bloodied, like depending on like at first he's a baby with a pacifier, and then it gets like. But same idea. I always think of like difficulty choices by Wolfenstein because it's like the first time I ever experienced that screen. But I chose like the next to hardest. There was 4 choices, and I chose the next to hardest because it was like. I would choose the middle one, but there is no middle one because there's only 4. So,
is there any turning back? Can you be like, never mind? Have you gone too far?
That's what I need to like check out. I don't know if I can change the difficulty level because I'm getting murdered so many times. If I experience any enemy over like a 5, I have basically no chance. I have to just like shoot arrows and like jump back every time they come at me.
Oh my gosh!
Like this one monster was attacking me, and I was like shooting him, attacking him a little bit. He hit me one time, I was dead. Instantly all my health.
Oh my god!
And I'm like toying with him, like, okay, maybe I could slowly work him down. 1 hit.
Time to reset the game.
I'm going somewhere else. So I'm a little. I mean, I haven't played the game enough to like give it a review or what I think about it. Really, it's just right now I'm just overwhelmed. The map is insanely big. I think it's one of the biggest maps.
Oh, it's huge.
It's probably the biggest map of any game I've played. Like, you have like probably 5 places, and each place you go to is massive, but then like you zoom out on all the places you could go, and it's like it's amazing how big it is. It's incredible. Like it actually makes Grand Theft Auto 5 look a little small.
Wow.
Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
It's huge. So it's been fun so far. It's a little more like old school, a little bit point based, I think. Oh, we lost Joe.
We lost Joe, but keep going. Keep talking about it. We'll try to get him back.
How long have you played it? How much have you played
probably
it?
about 5 hours or so, maybe.
So, yeah, I mean, you're probably about what I've at.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun. I need to get back into it for sure, but Fallout 4 came and Halo 5 came and all the other games came and kind of yanked me away. I mean, it's good. I could tell it's like a game that I enjoy, but it's definitely not like my thing. It definitely like hasn't clicked, at least not yet. Probably if I gave it more time, it probably would get into that groove where I'm like, okay, here we go, and rush on through. But I don't know. Anyways,
I mean, it's a good game. I would probably agree with that
in a lot of people's minds.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's a little bit of a preference thing. I think IGN. I mean, they picked Inquisition last year, and it's like, guys, I mean, there's a little bit of a theme to the games you're picking.
Western RPGs?
Yeah. So, yeah, enjoying the game. I'm going to try to, keep playing through, hopefully get around to Mad Max eventually.
Yeah.
But that may never happen because of what's coming next. The freaking Division. I got to play the beta, already played the alpha, and, oh, it's so good.
Oh.
I love this game so much. I can't wait for it to come out. I pre-ordered it back at the end of the summer and finally got to play it back in December for the alpha. And now I get to play as much as I could. It was kind of a complicated weekend this past weekend when I played it. But what I did play of it, it's just, there's things that could be improved. It froze a couple times, crashed a couple times. But I will say all props to Ubisoft because the online play worked flawlessly.
Oh, nice.
There was a little bit of voice chat, but I kind of think that was an Xbox Live issue and not a Ubisoft issue.
What was wrong with the voice chat?
There was several times which I could hear one person that I was teamed up with, and there was 4 people I was teamed up with, but I could only hear one of them. And then I would unplug the mic, and then I'd be able to hear them, and then it would stop working. But I really think that's an Xbox Live voice chat issue. But the game it seems solid. It just seems like a game that I just want to keep upping my character, keep moving through the Dark Zone stuff and getting more Dark Zone gear.
You're gonna have to do it again when the real game comes out.
Yeah, I mean that's what I got. I got caught in that loop in the beta.
Yeah,
I just love it. I mean, every game is, a loop of doing something, but this one, man, it's just so much fun. I could not recommend enough. Buy this game, please. I want you to tell these developers that this game is good so they'll make another game.
So like I hear a lot of people comparing it to Destiny. Do you kind of like see similarities in that? I feel like it's kind of the
Absolutely. I think a lot of it is changes to Destiny that I would prefer. Things that make me enjoy. Joe's internet failed. He's kind of distracted me, but things about it that I think I enjoy better than Destiny. It's a game where you can truly play single player, and at least in my experience, and have a super fun time.
Yeah.
And to me, Destiny, there's just a lot of things you can't do without teammates. So you get to a point where you've done all you can really do in single player. Like you can do matchmaking, and I did a lot of that in Destiny. It was absolutely amazing. Like that game,
some matchmaking.
that game is incredible, but it's like the Vault of Glass. Like I know that's like way back, and we're way past that. I never got to finish that.
You can't even do matchmaking with that, can you?
Yeah, so I'm saying matchmaking like a multiplayer, like the arena kind of stuff, but. It is frustrating because Destiny's so good, but the Division, you literally just go in, you happen across some people, which you can't do in Destiny. Like you literally run up to some people.
Yeah.
Like that's what I love about it. It's literally as if you're exploring New York, which is what I wanted it to be, and that's exactly what it is. And that's how I found a couple guys. It ended up being 4 of us. We ended up getting separated because anyways, it was complicated, but we're having a great time, the 4 of us, like literally just running around trying to like level up the 2 of us who weren't up to level 8 like the other 2 guys were, and just finding random groups of enemies and just killing them. And
it sounds like fun.
I literally found this guy because he was just he walked up to me on the street in the game and was like, "Dude, you have a freaking awesome hat. That's sweet. Where'd you get that? How do I get that?" Huh. So I like scrambled to put my mic in and started talking to him. He was a really cool guy, and it's what multiplayer online video games I think should be. They, as much as I love Call of Duty, like to me, this is like the next evolution of it. It's just exploring in a digital world as this cool guy that has, equipment that you upgrade, RPG, stuff, and just finding people and, going and exploring and teaming up and becoming rogue agents in the dark zone and just having a good freaking time for a couple hours. And anyways, really good. Go play it.
10 out of 10, 2 thumbs up, 5 stars, best game of all time.
I don't know about all that, but it looks really good. It looks really good. Played really good. I don't know if I've talked about this, but Steve Jobs. I finally saw. Steve Jobs.
I haven't heard you talk about this. How was it?
It's a well-made movie. I was frustrated with the way it was shot. I really enjoyed the Social Network. I thought the storyline followed well with kind of telling the story, and as fictional as I'm sure a lot of that story was, it really gave you a feeling of, okay, this is somewhat of how it happened and how Facebook came about.
Yeah, it's twisted into a nice, entertaining story.
And it might be a little bit because I have been told some things from podcasts and stuff that I listen to about Apple. I don't feel that I don't feel that the storyline followed very much of what reality was, and it. Here, let me just give a little outline. Basically, the story is a broken up sections of 3 major releases that Steve Jobs did, and it's the 10-15 minutes leading up to the event, and then there's between scenes and flashbacks during the movie that kind of show other parts of it. And I don't know, it as amazing as the performance was, and just how great the actors did, and it was a solid script. It felt broken. It felt jittery, like the way that it flowed, and I don't know. I just left me wanting more. I would have organized it better. I wish the same movie had been made in a different organizational path. It didn't seem like a story where it kind of starts and builds to some kind of issue and then kind of concludes itself. It never felt like that. It just felt like we're getting a glimpse into the life of someone, and I don't know. It didn't tell the story I think I wanted to see told.
Well, I think that's as much as you're ever going to get because, dang, they had 2 Steve Jobs movies, and so maybe you're going to have to wait until like the year 2058 to get the next Steve Jobs movie because like
I don't really want another one. I was disappointed.
Huh? Too bad.
Yeah,
that is too bad. So, anything else you've been watching / playing? Because I have one more thing to talk about. Whenever you're done,
I'm done.
All right, listen. I forgot about this, and I don't believe I did because my feelings towards the thing I am talking about are pretty high. They're pretty high, and I need to calm myself down. Okay, so I finished Heroes Reborn. And so here's the thing about Heroes Reborn. Heroes Reborn, I was going along. I was like, this is some pretty mediocre, like season 3 of hero stuff that I kind of was fearing and I guess came to expect after a while. And so as it was ending, it was wrapping up, and I was like, all right, it's fine. It's ending. It's whatever. At least they got to end. That's always what I was thinking. Because like the other season of Heroes was like, all right, we're building up towards something. Oh no, well the show got canceled, so we didn't get to. And then so the guy was saying because they were like, there's no season 2 of Heroes Reborn, and the Tim Kring or whatever his name is was like, all right, no, we're not going. We were never intending on doing a season 2. Bull crap. Here's what happened. End of this season. Freaking all the stuff that the story was doing started to end. All the character arcs were finished or whatever, as finished as I guess they could be. And then guess what? Here we have an epilogue of all the stuff we're building up to, all the stuff we're getting excited about, mystery characters coming to cause trouble for our heroes, maybe, but you don't know. Ooh. And then it said end of volume. What a load of horse crap. The same stuff that I was like, I hope they do this. Now it's just, never mind. What a waste of my time. I don't believe I went from being like dissatisfied with the show to furious. I was just in a bad mood. My roommate was like, he didn't know anything about Heroes. He was like, what is this crap? Because he walked in. So I guess that's how the uninitiated feel about the show. But I was like, and he got to watch me freak out at the end of the show whenever all this stuff was going on. I was just, no. It's a travesty, and screw you, Heroes. You could have at least gave me something to say. It's over, Jordan. Move on with your sad, pathetic life where you're watching Heroes like a fool. But anyways, that's it. I mean, shoot. That's all we've got from watching / playing. I hope Joe is